name is Lexi Andrews, and I am the Marketing Manager here at Pixel. And with that, I'd like to introduce Cassandra Catabriga Livingstone. As a certified Salesforce Marketing Cloud consultant, Cassandra works with brands to implement their Marketing Cloud platform and Commerce Cloud connector, while developing strategic campaign plans to expand channel growth and performance. Okay, Cassandra, handing off to you.
Thank you, Lexi. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining today's webinar. My name is Cassandra, and I'm a certified Salesforce Marketing Cloud consultant at PixelMEDIA. Today, we're going to dive into 3 pro tips to help you harness Salesforce Marketing Cloud for e-commerce. But before we cover today's agenda, I want to give you some insights into how a Marketing Cloud consultant works with brands. As a Marketing Cloud consultant, I work with brands who are at every stage within the Marketing Cloud platform. For brands new to Marketing Cloud, I implement scalable database architecture with consideration for their current and future use of the platform. For brands who are already established on Marketing Cloud, I work to further optimize existing data management, automations, workflows, and platform tools to help them get the most out of their instance. And for brands at any stage on Marketing Cloud, I help implement Salesforce Commerce Cloud Connector, allowing for data from Commerce Cloud to be synced within your Marketing Cloud. To see some of our current clients, you can head over to our website, pixelmedia.com. I'd also like to bring to your attention PixelMedia's other digital marketing services and certified experts, which include analytics and tag management, search engine optimization, paid online advertising, and content marketing. If you haven't already checked out our latest on-demand webinars on these topics, they can be found on our website under Insights, which I've included a link at the end of the webinar for easy access. Today, we're going to cover 3 tips within Marketing Cloud that can be used to better harness the system for e-commerce needs. The first will be a reporting tip on options for incorporating UTM tracking in your emails. Next, we'll cover a data management tip regarding contact delete functionality within Marketing Cloud to help with database cleansing needs. And our third tip will cover how to include personalization in your emails with dynamic product recommendations. So let's get started. Our first pro tip involves setting up properly formatted UTM parameters to track your various marketing campaigns within Marketing Cloud. As we all know, including UTM tracking gives insights into your campaign performance on site and can help further optimize customer journeys and improve ROI. Before we dive into the example, let's make sure we're all on the same page. In case anyone needs a refresher, UTM stands for Urchin Traffic Monitor, and this name comes from the Urchin Tracker, which was a web analytics software that served as the base for Google Analytics. A UTM tracking code is a snippet of simple code that you can add to the end of a URL to track the performance of campaigns and content. There are 5 variants of URL parameters you can track: source, medium, campaign, term, and content. In the displayed example, I have included the first 3, source, medium, and campaign. These UTM parameters show up in your analytics reports, giving you clearer insight into marketing performance. In Marketing Cloud, there are a few ways to append UTM parameters to ensure your URLs are being tracked within your analytics. Today, I'm going to cover 3 options. The first option is with the Web Analytics Connector. With this connector, you can automatically tag your campaign links with variables. There is a default setup that can be updated based on business preference by support request. The Web Analytics Connector will add the same parameters to any link that is wrapped for tracking in Marketing Cloud. To get this set up on your platform, simply submit a support ticket in your Marketing Cloud portal. The second UTM tracking option is with Google Analytics 360 integration. As the name implies, if you have Google Analytics 360, you can link it with your Marketing Cloud instance and append UTM parameters to links in messages sent from your account. The system applies these parameters to all email links unless otherwise specified. This integration not only allows for easier management of UTM parameters, but it also allows use of Google Analytics 360 audiences to power cross-channel journeys in Marketing Cloud. But that is a much larger subject to cover in a future webinar. The third option is manually adding UTM parameters to your message links. This is something we're all likely familiar with, but in Marketing Cloud, it can be a little tricky when using AMPscript. So I'm going to cover configuring AMPscript to include UTM parameters, allowing for better reporting on your email campaign. Before I hop into the example, For those new to Marketing Cloud, AMPscript is Marketing Cloud's flexible language that allows you to create personalized content within your templates. By embedding AMPscript in emails, landing pages, text messages, and mobile push notifications, brands can control the content that is displayed to subscribers, giving them a personalized experience. AMPscript allows you to create and use data variables that set values from your data extensions. These data variables allow you to display values within messages based on subscriber data. Let's walk through a client example of using AMPscript to append UTM parameters to custom links. Here I have an example of a data extension field for abandoned cart with product details for the items left in the shopper's cart. Our goal is to track the traffic and revenue from the product URLs within the abandoned cart email. In this example, the product URLs are in yellow and green. Because the abandoned cart email uses data variables to show dynamic products to individuals, we need to append the UTM parameters to the data variable using AMPscript. In order to track the traffic and revenue associated with these URLs on site, we need to set up a new variable that combines the original URL and the UTM parameters. This is done by taking the already established URL variable in yellow and appending it to the UTM parameters in green using the concatenate function. This creates a new AMPscript data variable in blue to use when hyperlinking within the email. Let's see how the data variable configuration looks in a real-life use case. This abandoned cart email includes link tracking on custom AMPscript, so each cart item URL populated in the email is effectively tracked within Google Analytics under the proper source, medium, and campaign. Including UTM tracking within your custom AMPscript emails, like in this example, will give you deeper insights into your campaign performance on site and can help further optimize customer journeys and better track your ROI. Now let's move on to the second pro tip. Contact Delete is a relatively fresh option within Marketing Cloud Contact Builder, and it allows you to give permissions to your users to delete single or large amounts of contacts from Marketing Cloud. In general, Contact Delete was created to help users meet data compliance regulations. Maintaining data compliance in Marketing Cloud ensures better data security for your customers, which improves overall consumer confidence. Consistent platform data management reduces maintenance costs over time and allows for a cleaner database and greater segmentation. We've found that a lot of clients are unaware of Marketing Cloud's Contact Delete functionality or are unfamiliar with the complexities of executing a large Contact Delete submission. To help, I'm going to cover general best practices and considerations that Pixel finds useful for anyone looking to use Contact Delete. Before we hop into Contact Delete, I want to make sure everyone is familiar with Marketing Cloud data retention policy and data extensions. As some of you know, Marketing Cloud has data retention policy settings within data extensions to help manage database compliance and, over time, cleanse archive data for more efficient processing. Data retention policy settings are custom and do not ensure regulatory compliance. Based on the data extension use and size, Pixel can recommend data retention policy settings on a case-by-case scenario. Overall, Marketing Cloud recommends setting data retention policies as well as using Contact Delete to ensure full removal of data. So, what is Contact Delete and when should you use it? Contact Delete was created to help users meet data compliance regulations. This feature applies only to contacts in Email Studio, Mobile Connect, Mobile Push, and Contact Builder. Contact Delete does not remove any relating data from other sources. You are responsible for deleting data in your non-sendable data extensions, FTP uploads, and data extracts. By deleting a contact, you are also deleting all opt-out, unsubscribe preferences associated with that contact. As a result, if you reintroduce this contact into Marketing Cloud, they do not automatically honor any previous opt-out preferences stored for this contact. If you re-import the contact, you must also re-import the contact's opt-out and unsubscribe status, or that information is lost. Now that you know more about Contact Delete's purpose, let's review the three-step process in Marketing Cloud for deleting a large selection of contacts. First, you initiate the process in Contact Builder under the All Contacts tab. This is where you select the list or data extension with your contacts to be deleted. Next is the suppression period, where contact information remains in your account, but you cannot view or access it. You can track the progress of your contact delete under Contact Analytics. The submission status will be marked as processing at this point. The default suppression period is set to 14 days, but during a large contact delete, we recommend setting this to 0 to speed up the process. After the suppression period, Marketing Cloud removes deleted contact data from your account permanently. When it's finished, you'll see the status of your contact delete updated to complete. When planning a large contact delete, there are a few things to consider before executing. What data are you looking to remove and why? This might seem like a simple question, but understanding the type of data and your reason can help determine if contact delete is the best option or if there's another approach that you would maintain data integrity and compliance better. How many contacts? With the contact delete process, the amount of contacts you're looking to remove will definitely determine the complexity and help determine the likely amount of time it will take to execute. Where are they located? This is a small question, but it can be the most complicated part of the contact delete process. Depending on how your Marketing Cloud instance is structured and where the data you want to delete resides, SQL queries might be required to properly segment data that is shared in other business units. Who should have permissions? Because the contact delete process cannot be reversed, Pixel recommends limiting permissions to users that understand the process. Also, if you're working with a partner like Pixel to run a large contact delete, ensure they have proper permissions to access all functions. What other processes are running in your Marketing Cloud instance and what are their schedules? This last item is critical to understand the existing priorities in all of your Marketing Cloud business units. Delete contact is the lowest priority process of Marketing Cloud, and therefore any other processes within your entire Marketing Cloud take precedence over it. Marketing Cloud has a best practice document for contact delete that you should definitely review entirely before attempting the process. I've included the link in the resource section at the end of today's webinar. And if you have questions or are looking for a strategy to execute a large contact delete, contact your partner or connect with Marketing Cloud directly. Now let's move on to the third and final Marketing Cloud pro tip of the webinar and discuss how to incorporate personalization within your emails with dynamic Einstein product recommendations. Today, every micro-minute in the shopping journey is critical. Although the majority of visits to an e-commerce site don't include recommendation clicks, the visits that do are extremely productive. Based on a recent Salesforce report, visits where the shopper clicked a product recommendation comprised just 7% of visits, but create 24% of orders and 26% of revenue. Including personalized recommendations in your email campaigns help increase average order value by recommending the next best products based on subscriber behavior. Presenting relevant products is crucial to decreasing bounce rate and increasing conversions by creating personalized messaging experiences for your subscribers. Product recommendations driven by artificial intelligence, like Einstein, are one of the most effective personalization tools. Personalization Builder's Einstein email recommendations enables you to observe customer behavior, build preference profiles, and deliver relevant content and products. In order to start your product recommendations, Personalization Builder requires two things: a product catalog and a collect code on your site. The product catalog is used to sync with user behavioral data and determine which product recommendations to show. The collect tracking code is a JavaScript snippet that captures data about known contacts and unknown visitor behavior. With these two items in place, you can build various product recommendation blocks in your emails. To build email recommendations, there are 5 simple steps in Personalization Builder. The first is setting up the logic. You can create custom recommendation logic or use a pre-built logic. The second step is setting up how the product recommendations will display in your logic, determining what content will be included. In the example on the screen, you can see we included product image and product name. So if you wanted to call out a sale price in your display, you could always include the sale price identifier, as well as styling it in a different way like red or bold. The third step is where you select the scenarios for this recommendation logic. Marketing Cloud has a large list of scenarios and descriptions for them. So to give some examples, the scenario bought shows subscribers or visitors who bought this item also bought the recommended items. The scenario new releases recommends the newest available products, and the scenario top sellers recommends products with the highest number of conversions. The fourth step is determining the layout and how many recommendations you want to show. You can choose a single product or multiple columns and rows up to a 4x4. For our example today, we'll display recommendations 3x1. The fifth and final step is copying the code and pasting it into the body of your email. Here's an example of the email we saw earlier in our UTM and AMPscript example. Above the footer, we include the 3x1 display of recommended products, displaying the product image and product name. If we were creating a product recommendation logic for a sale promotion email campaign, for instance, we might include more rows and more columns of recommendations, as well as item sale prices. So, those are just 3 of many useful tips that you can start using today in your Marketing Cloud platform. As you can see, Marketing Cloud has enormous horsepower, and there are extensive opportunities to further optimize your instance for your specific e-commerce needs. At this time, if you have any questions you'd like to ask regarding Marketing Cloud, please submit them into the questions section. While people submit questions, I want to mention a few resources. First is Pixel's other on-demand webinars available on our website. The most recent webinar topics include SEO, analytics and tag management, schema-enriched results, content strategy, and shopping feeds. I've also included links for 3 useful pages on each of the topics I just discussed. The AMPscript guide is a super helpful resource and is easy to search for specific topics and examples. The delete contact best practice is a must-read for anyone that is interested in the functionality. And the Einstein email recommendations goes over every step and detail of the process and scenarios. So now that we covered resources, let's quickly get some questions. Lexi?
Okay, perfect. It looks like we have a few questions coming in. So the first one we have is, besides product recommendations, what else does Einstein do in Marketing Cloud?
Okay, well, that is a big question. So Einstein essentially does a lot within the system. There's predictive scoring, which helps you predict how likely a customer will engage with an email or how likely they are to unsubscribe or make a purchase through an email. And that actually leads into another Einstein tool, which is predictive audiences. So you can use your predictive scoring and you can actually build audience segments of people showing multiple predicted behaviors that they have in common. On top of that, there's also automated send time optimization, which is when you send an email, Einstein delivers it when subscribers are most likely to engage, which is very helpful. And the last would be Einstein's social insights, which automatically analyze your social interactions for tone, sentiment, and spamminess. But when it comes to Einstein, each of these could really be their own webinar topic. So if you have specific questions on any of them, feel free to email us and we can get you further information.
Okay, let's see. We have one other question. Can you set data retention policies for existing data extensions?
Ooh, that is a great question. Yes, you can set retention policies after the fact on an existing data extension. However, if your existing data extension has more than 100 million records, it can accept retroactive retention policies. But here at Pixel, we have worked with clients, and this is something we can definitely help with. There are a few workarounds, but it really depends on each person's scenario. So the short answer is yes.
Perfect. So I think that is all the questions we have. Thank you very much.
Thank you.